It isn't easy to explain or understand what an acceleration commitment is, so we're using video rather than traditional PowerPoints or PDFs to bring that to life. So hold tight for a quick journey through the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and what this could mean for the future of a sustainable event industry. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are 17 goals, which are really a roadmap on how by 2030 we will have a world that works for everyone. From equal access to education for all, from no food poverty, to tackling climate change, to gender equality. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are led by the Sustainable Development Goal team within the UN, and this year, for the first time ever, they have invited people to share their commitments, their actions on how they're going to achieve the goals. How you actually do this is you fill in a form through the United Nations. There's a lot of detail within that form. And the team at Positive Impact have been working very hard to understand that detail and to be able to engage the global event industry. In fact, the title of our commitment is Engaging the Global Event Industry in the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, breaking that down, it means understanding what the global event industry is. It's business events, it's sports events, it's cultural events. It means understanding what engaging is. It means creating materials that will help people, tools, calls to action, and signposting to existing wonderful resources that are already available for our industry. September the 21st to the 24th, global heads of government and global heads of businesses, remember most of the world's major businesses are reporting on the Sustainable Development Goals, are all going to gather in New York to talk about how to reach the Sustainable Development Goals within the next 10 years. There is a huge opportunity for the event industry to be on the agenda for that conversation. Why? Well, most global businesses and governments focus on tourism as an access to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, but they don't focus on events yet. All of those that work within the event industry know that we bring people together to collaborate, innovate, and that is how we're going to achieve these Sustainable Development Goals. So, Positive Impact is working with Sustainable Development Goal Action Team. We have a memorandum of understanding with them, as well as a memorandum with 2 other United Nations bodies and affiliate membership and partnership with others. Because of this, they are going to be cloning their My World survey. This is only the 3rd time ever that they have cloned this. That means it's going to be available in 22 languages. It means it's going to align with the existing My World survey, and it means that anyone in the world can see the data at any time. What's the My World survey, I hear you ask? Well, that was created so that anyone in the world can give their opinion on what they think are the most important Sustainable Development Goals and progress on those goals. So the first step of Positive Impact's journey towards submitting an acceleration commitment is that the 1st of August, a survey will be launched, which anyone in sport, business or cultural events can fill in. Anyone can fill in, really. Events touch most people. And then taking that information and taking academic research, input from people with science degrees that we've been working with, input from global experts, we are then looking at which Sustainable Development Goals are relevant for the global event industry, which targets can be reported on, how could we report on those targets, what methodology is already used by the industry, what methodology is missing, and also touching on things like what policy we would need to be able to engage on achieving these Sustainable Development Goals. And we're also working with policy design experts. So what does it mean to be a funding partner, a sponsor, a supporter of this? It means that for a relatively small amount of marketing budget, we will use your logo as we are telling the story of what we're doing. We will also be having regular monthly calls with the other funders who so far include IMEX, Maritz, Cvent and Oregon Convention Center. And it means we'll be really asking you to support and to tell the story and say, hey, we know sustainability is important. We know that no one has the answer. We know that the United Nations has a roadmap which most global businesses have signed up to. And we know that most of our corporate clients include those businesses and they have to report on sustainability. And we know we need to find out more. We want our funding partners to help us engage with industry professionals. That may be through the press, that may be through associations, that may be through other existing networks, so that everyone can at least complete the My World equivalent survey. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Maybe there'll be another call to action in 2020, but we don't know. We have until the start of September to submit a commitment, and there's a lot of work to go on behind the scenes to engage with the different players so that they understand the potential power of events in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.